The Isle of Jura is one of the more remote islands in the Inner Hebrides, and it is not very easy to get there. That could explain for the 200 people and the 6,000 deer that live there. Jura Distillery is the heartbeat of the island, and it was built in 1810 by the Laird of Jura, Archibald Campbell. The distillery changed names and hands numerous times during the 1800s and was finally closed in 1901. Two island landowners, Robin Fletcher and Tony Riley Smith, wanted to improve the island economy, so they rebuilt the distillery in the mid-50s with the help of William Delm Evans. The whiskey making starts in a 5-ton semi-loader mash tun that feeds the wash to 6 enormous 48,300-liter stainless steel washbacks. The 4 stills are 25 feet tall and are some of the largest in Scotland, with the wash still being at 24,500 litres and the spirit still at 15,500 litres. The revival of the distillery has given a resurgence to the economy and a reason for the locals to want to stay on Jura. Well, welcome to Noel's World of Whiskey, and tonight we are going to the Isle of Jura, and we're going to review the 18, which was not super expensive over here in Canada, where a lot of Scotch is expensive. So, of course, I've got to purchase it because the price is right. But I've had Jura through the years. I've had bottles bought for me, not a lot, but I've had a couple of bottles. Not taken a lot of notice to it. It's one of those, it's more of a vague memory. I don't even know where I don't remember even drinking the bottles. I think I had 2, so anyways. Usually gifts, probably fishing and maybe working in the ski industry. 1 road, 1 pub, 1 hotel, 1 shop. They say don't bring your vehicle over there. There's just not enough road to drive on, and everybody seems to walk. So, or a bicycle, or maybe a motorcycle would be good. And it's hard to get to. What did George Orwell said that it was? He mentioned when he was writing one of his novels there, just a very difficult place to get to, and that was part of the reason he went there. Turn off your phone and no internet. I don't know, maybe there's internet now, but of course, people I talked to that went to Jura Island said that, or the Isle of Jura, said that it's like going back in time. And I'm sure in the summer it's a busy place because they do have a visitor center, and I think they do quite well for whiskey tours. But anyways, let's get into the whiskey here. Reading, is this chill filtered? Because the Journey wasn't. It's only 40%, and it wasn't chill filtered, and there was no color added. So, but I'm looking for it here. And I'm going to get another pair of glasses to see if I can read that, because I cannot read it. Not seeing anything there. Not seeing anything there. Okay, not seeing anything there. Okay. I believe chill filtered, and I believe there is coloring in it, because it's not stating that it is non-chill filtered, like the Journey, which is only 40%. It was a entry-level whiskey at $66, and it was the first 40% non-chill filtered whiskey that I can remember, and no coloring. So I'm going to show you the bottle, and of course the can. And I like to see something good in Skookum. This is a nice. It's one thing about Jura, they do have a nice case or can. Interesting shape of the bottle too for this, so you can see it's good and solid. So, and here is the bottle. Unique. Their bottles have that curved shape, and they're easy to hold because of that, you know. So Just so darn easy to hold. Let's give it a pour. Whoa, I like the sound of that. And yeah, I've read a few reviews on this, so it's upsy downs. You almost know the type of, it's almost predictable the type of people that are going to like this from all the reviews I've read, so I cheated a bit. But now, I like to let this sit for a bit. So what I will do though, I'll show you the, we'll look for legs. This is 44%, I believe. So let's look for legs. And then we'll let it sit. And then we will get into the review. Well, we're back. And we've had this sit for a bit. And I might let it sit a bit longer there. It's kind of just maybe a little quick history here, and I mean quick. Looking at just when I'd done some of the research I did here, it's not a huge history to the distillery. It was founded in 1810. There was a illicit distilling going on before that. Jura, Arran, Mull, all those islands, of course, Islay, Skye. But the distillery was basically founded by the Laird of Jura, Archibald Campbell, in 1810. And it kind of fell into disrepair around 1884, and it was rebuilt. And around 1900, it was starting it wasn't getting the maintenance and that. Of course, those were tough times after the 1900s. You're looking at a slump in the industry. A lot of distilleries didn't recover from that period. Local landowners, Robin Fletcher and Tony Riley Smith, and what they did was they worked with William Delm Evans, the famous distillery designer, and they actually put some of the largest stills in Scotland. They're a lot like the Glenmorangie stills. They're big stills. They came up with the idea in the 50s there, and they actually the work was completed in 63. So, and part of the reason behind that was to get the economy going on the island, because they had over 1,000 people on the island. They were getting down to a couple hundred people because there just wasn't anything there to keep people on the island. There wasn't enough work, and so the idea was, let's get the distillery up and running and let's get some employment for people. And it basically today is owned, it was Invergordon bought the company, Invergordon Distillers, and then they were purchased by, of course, White and McKay Group, who is now part of the Entrador, the company out of the Philippines. A huge company, their beverage. Let's get into this and let's give it the nose. Right off the bat, I am getting some floral notes. I am getting citrus. I am getting more floral notes. I'm actually even smelling a bit of malt here. And I don't know, is that the wood I'm getting? A little bit of the, maybe the charred barrels? It could be the charred barrels, because I don't think there's any peat in this, but I didn't read about any peat. This has been aged in ex-bourbon. Doesn't tell us if it's first fill, second fill. It's finished in Bordeaux, which could be Cabernet Sauvignon, could be Merlot, it could be a Malbec, probably more Malbec than Merlot. Really, it just said Bordeaux. It's a red wine finish, and maybe that's the fruity stuff I'm getting here. Anyways, nice nose. A little bit leathery. Let's go for the palate. Slàinte. Orange. I think I was in a Macallan right now. And the wood, almost sandalwood. Bit of licorice. I'm going to say fireweed honey. And some spicy stuff going on here. Definitely pepper, nutmeg, baking spices, even some allspice. A little bit of savory stuff going on. And the orange is prominent, and that's bringing out a bit of the chocolate too. Sandalwood. And the licorice is there. The dark fruits are there. I do get the red wine, but there is some bitter. It's finishing off a little bit of the bitter, and I think that's the wood. I'm still not getting a lot of vanilla. It's more honey. Like I say, I'll stick with the fireweed honey because it's a little on the spicy. But I'm going to say there was something I went after there, and I think it's just bitter orange is what it is. Bitter orange. As we tail off and it develops, it definitely has a big influence on this. So let's go after the finish. I'm going to say it's going to be a medium to long. That's 44%. It's not bad. Not a bad, there's some body to this. You can see the legs. I think I showed you the legs there. So I'm going to say, yeah, it's a pretty good finish on this. Definitely, it developed into a lot more than what I was expecting. And I think it's time to add a little bit of water. So, water to 44%. And let's see what water does to it. The nose with water. Oh boy, that nose is just bright, fresh. Lots of citrus, oranges, tangerines, kiwi. We're getting the floral notes. Oh boy. Malty. Almost a bit of a porridge smell. Okay. With water, Jura 18. Sweet, sour, a little bit of salt, slight bit of bitterness toward the tail end here. Umami, savory notes. Literally, it was sweet, sour, salty, bitter, and a little bit of savory. Should try that again. bitter oranges. We're still with a bit of the fireweed honey. The spices, not as the orange is kind of, the bitter orange is kind of overpowering right at the moment. But there is some savory stuff going on. Yeah, the water really opened it up here. I'm getting some licorice, aniseed, maybe even fennel. And we're getting the grass, the hay and the grass there even. And right toward the tail end here, I'm getting the pencil shavings. So, and the bitterness has kind of disappeared. So it kind of finished off with a little bit of the wood there. That's quite interesting. It's an interesting drink. I don't know if it's for everyone, but I really misread this one. With some of the reviews there, I got the impression that it was a smoothie, and I'm just wondering if one of the guys complained about batches. He said he's had different batches of the 18. So actually, there was two people that mentioned that in reviews, that they feel the batch consistency was the concern. So I could always present problems, but I like this stuff. And I'm going to say it's an 84-85. It's a tough one because of the fact that is it chill filtered? There it appears, I can't tell color added because it should say no color added. I mean, if it was sitting in a, in a barrel for 18 years plus finishing in red wine, it might pick up some of this color, but that's pretty dark stuff. So I don't know. If it's not on the label, do we deduct a point? I like the stuff. If I could get it for $139, I think it's a deal for an 18-year-old whiskey. And there's a bit here to explore. So I've got some, some really strong cask strength 58s. I've got some old cask strengths. And I'm not going to say I'd put them up against this. I don't think that's fair. But what I'm saying is that, I go on into those, and you know what you're expecting. This here, I wasn't expecting that. So I am impressed with it. It's a lot more than what I thought it was going to be. I am recommending it. And again, I will post it. Is it going to be an 84, 85? I'm going to do a little more research on it there on that chill filtration stuff. So anyways, I'm going to finish off with, I'm going to ask you to drink wisely, drink intelligently, do not drink and drive. Until the next time, so long.